this juice was steamed, so there's not any sediment in this biggest jar. And I'm gonna put it in the pan, but this was also steamed, but the muscadines that were left in the pan, there was so much juice in there, I kind of mashed it. You don't want to do that for jelly because it gets sediment in it. But I have a piece of cheesecloth over my strainer, and I'm going to pour this in there last. But let me go ahead and get this in the pan, and you can come over to the stove and watch what I'm doing. This is just the juice that didn't need to be filtered. Just pure steamed juice. And then I'm going to get the other jar. This is one that was mashed in. I'm going to pour it into the cheesecloth to let it strain, because we don't want all that yucky sediment in our jelly. It won't hurt it, and it won't hurt you. It just is not as pretty. Jelly should be nice and clear. So, can you see? We'll just let that filter. You can already see some of the pulp in it. I'm just getting all that out. And then we'll heat this up. We're going to get it to about 190 degrees and leave it there for 5 minutes. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, we're back. We've had this sitting at around 190, 200 degrees. The thing is you don't want it to boil. The timer's just about to go off. This is hot. It got a little too hot and I couldn't keep my hand over it. Can you see it?
I think so.
It's okay if you can't. They know. All right, so let's take this out. And we're going to move it over to the counter. And we're going to get it jarred up. Jars are nice and hot. We're going to put our hot juice in them. I always make a mess. I'm going to leave about a 1/4 inch headspace. Let's do the jar closest. You can cut it off. Okay. All right. There's the last bit of the jelly. I mean, the juice that will be jelly. Now, we're just going to wipe off the rim. Oh, that's hot. That's very, very hot. Be careful. Do this to get anything that might be on the rim. And set our flats, lids, depends on who you are, is what you call it. Rings. I keep touching it, I know better. Alright. Don't want it too tight, it'll make the lid buckle. There, that's the way it should go. Once the jar starts turning, it's usually tight enough. But that one, I think I need a different ring. It's not on there right. There we go. Tighten down to where it starts to turn. I'm going to replace this one. There we go. Okay, that's it. We're just going to put them in the hot water bath and water bath them for 15 minutes. This one. Two, nice and gentle so you don't break your jars. And 3. All right, now the jars are not covered with water. I've got to add water to cover the jars. Ooh. Oh my stars, really? Oh my goodness. Ta-da! And they're covered. Tell me just a little bit more. There we go. That's good enough. Now, we'll put the lid on, let it come up to a gentle boil, and let it boil for 15 minutes. And then we'll have our juice. Here we go. The timer has gone off. It has been in the hot water bath. Sorry, nasty stove. It's been in the hot water bath for 15 minutes. So we're going to remove the lid. And we'll let it sit for at least 5 minutes. I like to let my water get good and still. And then I'll take it out. It helps. Sorry, it's my ice maker. Letting this sit for a few minutes helps it not to siphon once you take it out of the water. There is our finished muscadine juice. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.